Greetings folks, Daniel Wickwire here, and welcome back to Monster Bytes, where we discuss various facts and trivia about kaiju and monsters in all forms of media. Super excited about this episode because this will be our first theory on the channel. And you have my promise I will not make any game/film theory jokes either. So let's just get into it because we have a lot to talk about. Spoilers ahead for 22-plus-year-old films. You have been warned, if that was even necessary. In the 1995 film Godzilla vs. Destroyer, Godzilla takes on one of his most memorable forms, Burning Godzilla. The film explains that the destruction of Base Island, caused by massive radioactive deposits, helped supercharge the monster, causing him to melt down. However, I think humans are once again responsible for his condition, not just a massive dose of radioactive energy. I believe the reason for his meltdown was organ failure brought on by cadmium poisoning. I'm going to talk a little bit about the cadmium, and then I'll present a timeline of how it all went down. Cadmium, a chemical element, is a soft metal that is very similar to zinc. While naturally occurring in the Earth's crust, it is very uncommon. Usually found piggybacking with other elements, most cadmium is found as a byproduct of processing zinc, lead, or copper ore. Used in batteries, televisions, electroplating, and so on, its main purpose regarding this video is its use in the control rods of nuclear reactors. In said reactors, it acts as a neutron poisoning, absorbing additional neutrons and regulating the amount of energy produced by nuclear fission, i.e., less neutron-controlling substances means more energy output. More neutron-controlling substance means less energy output. All of this works on the theory that Godzilla's heart works similar to a nuclear reactor. But what they fail to bring up during the films is the effect of cadmium on a living organism. While I completely understand the Big G is biologically unique, but it still should adhere to some of the same laws as other animals. First off, high levels of cadmium are carcinogenic, but with as much radiation as this creature puts off, I really doubt cancer has anything to do with it. Something that might, though, is permanent kidney and liver damage, which happens to be another side effect of high doses of the chemical, particularly when administered orally. And I'm sure you're wondering, does Godzilla even possess those organs? And honestly, I don't know, and I can't confirm that, though logic would dictate that he has some kind of filtration organ or system in place similar to those two. And just in case you don't know what either of those organs do, kidneys filter waste from your body, while the liver works in conjunction with the kidneys, and it is also a key component in the body's metabolism processes. So if either of the systems are damaged or not functioning to their full ability, the body cannot process nutrients and get as much energy as it needs, as well as clear the waste afterwards. For Godzilla, while we never actually see him eat anything, we do get a shot of him absorbing radiation during the return of Godzilla. If he is unable to expel energy properly, specifically waste or types of energy his body doesn't metabolize, it really can only build up. We can also assume he may use some of this energy for his atomic breath and energy pulse. However, he is not constantly in combat, so in his downtime, it would continue to amass, which would lead to his eventual meltdown. Here is my proposed timeline of how everything took place. In 1984's The Return of Godzilla, the Super X fires 3 cadmium missiles directly into Gojira's maw. The material acts quickly in his body and sets the stage for what's to come. Later in the same film, he is supercharged by a radioactive storm, giving him his first big jolt of energy. Several years later, in Godzilla vs. Biollante, he is injected with multiple canisters of anti-nuclear energy bacteria, which puts him in a state of hibernation, but actually keeps his radiation levels down, buying him some more time. In Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah from 1991, he's given another jolt of energy when he attacks and sinks a large nuclear submarine, which also causes him to grow in size. Some sources state this cured him of the anti-nuclear energy bacteria infection, but it likely overwhelmed it and greatly decreased its number, but left it present in the body. Several more movies passed with the battles of the films and remaining bacteria attempting to fill the void of his body's failing filtration organs. Godzilla's days would be numbered after his last 2 exposures to massive levels of radiation. One from the dying Rodan, and the second being the Bass Island incident, which occurred between Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla and Godzilla vs. Destroya, which was itself triggered by Godzilla beginning his meltdown process. His increased power output caused a reaction with the uranium deposits under the island, destroying it. Goji's body would continue to make more and more power, leading up to a possible endgame event where he would detonate and wipe out the planet. Due to some quick thinking by the JSDF, the Earth is saved, but Godzilla is not. His body breaks down and he is killed, releasing a massive amount of radiation into a very localized area around Godzilla, reviving Godzilla Jr. and making him grow to adulthood to continue the next generation. Really hope you enjoyed this little hypothesis. I certainly had a good time making it. Was there anything you think I missed in this theory? Outside of it just being a movie, of course. Do you guys have any kaiju theories of your own? Leave your comments below and maybe a suggestion of what you'd like to see in the next video. Don't forget to check out the KMR Facebook, Twitter account, as well as my Twitter account to keep up with news on this channel. I'll put all the important links in the description below. Thank you all for tuning in, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you all next time.